Okay, gentlemen, you already know the rules. Let me remind you to keep it clean, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
You know, we asked him about fighting in front of this partisan crowd, the Puerto Rican fans here in New York. He said, I'll be honest with you, I don't hear the crowd. I lock in, it's like I have headphones on. The only voices I can hear are coming from my corner.
Well, you know what, that comes from experience, honestly, because I remember down when he was in Florida, I remember he was fighting in front of a large crowd where he resides, and he came out and he got hit with some shots, and he was got a little bit ahead of himself during the fight, and he said, man, the crowd motivated me. So I'm glad that he went through that. Now he knows how to deal with having a big crowd and when people's coming out to see him. So
Quincy Lavallais is 28 years old, 12-2-1, has never been knocked out. His last fight was back on October 30th, and he's coming off a unanimous decision loss down in Nicaragua to a local fighter there.
See, right away, Lavallais, very slick inside that ring. You know, he likes to move his head. He likes to make guys miss and counter. He's the superior boxer. That's what he is.
Yeah, it's going to be a good test for Zayas to be patient and to not rush his punches, to not rush the game plan. The crowd is eager. They're on the edge of their seat. They're waiting for an explosion from him. And
let him go,
he's got to set it up and be disciplined. And if he does that, it might come. But if he rushes, Lavallais can make things ugly for him by his style and just him being cute and the defensive tactics that he uses.
Remember, we saw Lavallais back in the bubble during COVID back in December of 2020 when he won a unanimous decision against Clay Collard. Collard had been the hotshot buzz fighter, right? The former MMA fighter who was fighting often during the pandemic when, you know, so many fight cards were restricted and canceled and postponed, and then all of a sudden there were the bubble guys who were fighting often. He defeated the very popular Clay Collard at the time.
Well-placed body shot from Xander Zayas there that got Lavallais. He got his attention, drew him back to the ropes, and he's trying to recover right now. I want to see if Xander Zayas recognizes that and goes right back to the body.
But the way it was set up, it was beautiful. Xander Zayas, he started with the jab, and he understood that Lavallais was going to shoot his jab, so he got his head off to the line to set up that body shot.
Boy, he's showing that angle right there, Dre.
Yes, he did. A few minutes before that angle, Lavallais landed a good right body shot as well.
That long striding jab with the right hand from Xander Zayas, and then touching him to the body with it.
Lavallais is trying to sneak an overhand right hand to the temple of Zayas. He's got to be mindful.
Definitely got to be mindful. And it's all going to be about the distance and where he shoots his jab from. If Xander shoots his jab from a little bit too close, then Lavallais is going to have an opportunity to land that right hand. But if he shoots it at the right distance, then he's going to be okay.
Xander's pulled the trigger on attempting that right uppercut a couple of times as we come to the end of round one, watching the 19-year-old Xander Zayas against Quincy Lavallais. Now see this unique circumstance here where Zayas is turning his head and having to look through the ropes. That is because Javier Centeno, who is his trainer and has been for many years of his career, was hospitalized yesterday and is seated ringside in a wheelchair that he just lifted himself up from. Meanwhile, Orlando Garcia, Zayas' stepfather and assistant trainer, is the guy getting into the ring. Bernardo, what did you notice about the communication after the first round with what's going on there?
It was a continual communication between Javier Centeno and Orlando Garcia, the stepfather of Xander Zayas. So by the time he got up there, he knew exactly what he had to convey to Xander in terms of what Javier wanted.
You know what, I like that, but at the same time, I also saw the father inside the ring. And I saw Xander with his arms resting on top of the ropes, and that's something that you're not supposed to do. Cuts off the circulation to your limbs. So then you saw the trainer, Javier, you hear him say, hey, put your arms down. So great experience by Javier, recognizing that out the gate, but if he wasn't there, young man would probably have his arms up on that ropes.
Dre, what do you make of what they're dealing with in the corner tonight?
I think it is what it is. I mean, you know, we're used to looking outside the ring like that in amateur fights, even sparring, you know. So this isn't something that's, you know, crazy or some sort of anomaly. I think it's fine. Zayas is in earshot of his trainer, so all is well.
Good exchange here in round 2. Zayas sweeping that left hand. As Lavallais trying to cut, there's an uppercut that does rain in. Remember, he was trying to target that in the first round.
Good patience from Zayas and good body work, which is keeping Lavallais honest and is allowing Zayas to get the headshots that he wants.
Took an angle and landed the left hand. Now a combination. Look at Xander Zayas. Lavallais has been pinned against the ropes. And now he wiggles the shoulders right in his face as Zayas continues to pepper him.
Tess, that's not going to win you fights, wiggling and stuff carrying on. He needs to let his hands go.
Thudding right hand to the temple.
Lavallais has yet to throw a punch right now. The referee could be stepping in and stopping this match right now.
Split the guard moments ago with a right hand that came right down the middle. Uppercut rings in. Left hook rings in. Xander Zayas, headshot after headshot. Left hook again. Look at this series as he nearly puts him through the ropes. And Lavallais stands up to it somehow.
Tess, I would like to see more body work incorporated. The headshots are landing. Not doing too much to Lavallais. He's taking them well, but if Xander goes down to the body, then he's going to do more damage and weaken Lavallais.
There was a big looping right hand that came in moments ago. The punch total for the second round alone by Zayas is going to be off the charts.
Pick them punches up.
Lavallais has never been knocked out. Stood up to it. In the amateurs or pros, Lavallais has never suffered a knockdown.
Respira. Con calma, dame otra respiración. Con calma.
Big round for Xander Zayas, but it all started with this overhand right hand to the back of the ears and neck of Lavallais, followed with an uppercut. And then you see Xander Zayas keep his range, meaning he didn't fall inside. He stayed at the right range to get the right shots through, those right shots being the uppercuts and the short right hands. Another right hand, and he didn't allow Lavallais to counter. Lavallais felt like he was in deep water because he was getting hit, but Xander Zayas was far enough away where he couldn't get a shot back.
Well said, Dre. And if anybody's wondering why Lavallais was getting hit with those shots, well, he's squared up on the ropes. The only way you can go is to the left or to the right. You can't go back, really. So he was able to land those straight punches and load up with every power shot that he has in his arsenal.
Round 3 in that second round, the barrage of punches. 54 landed. More impressive than that. Of the 54 total punches landed, 47 of them were power shots. He landed 64% of his power punches thrown, was 47 of 73. Bernardo.
Javier, against Jose Luis Sanchez in Tucson, we saw Xander punch himself out for moments. What did you think of that barrage of punches in the last round?
Well, he was a little bit more composed. He set a couple of punches out, and then he took some time, defended himself, and then started throwing some more. So I'm not worried, the way he threw that time. Last time he just tried to throw a barrage of punches. This time he was actually trying to place his shot. So I'm happy with that.
What do you want to see in terms of adjustments here in this round?
Well, I want him to, first of all, keep using that jab. He's frustrated with that jab, and keep touching that body.
Thank you very much, Javier. Good to see you here. Joe.
Left hands have sent Lavallais off balance already here in round number 3.
What I want to see from Xander Zayas is I need to see more feints. He got the jab going. Give me some more feints. If he uses the feints, then he'll be able to open up more offense for himself.
That right hand, left hook sequence that landed a few seconds ago traveled a few inches, both the right and the left. Beautiful two-piece from Xander Zayas.
Pull that arm out.
No wasted movement, efficient, in range, and again, far enough out of range where Lavallais could not counter.
No wasted movement, efficient.
That's important.
a young guy who's fighting under the bright lights in New York in front of a sold-out crowd, who's composed when he has a fighter hurt.
Javier Centeno yesterday, if you're not in position to throw, it doesn't matter what you throw, it's all about your feet. And Xander has not been out of position all night. It starts with the jab. His feet have never been off, and he's kept his distance, to what Dre has said. Remarkable discipline for a 19-year-old kid at home or in a friendly crowd.
And that's what opponents, that's what they look for, young fighters who are eager and anxious and have everything going for them. That's what they bank on, is for the young fighter to make the mistake that they can capitalize on. The problem for Lavallais tonight is that Xander Zayas has kept that to a minimum.
10 seconds. Time. Let's go, coach. Let's go.
Iroquois party in New York tonight, and they are loving what they are seeing out of Xander Zayas early on. He has a 90-17 connect advantage. 90-17. It was a dominating second round. It's been a dominating effort the first 3 rounds for the undefeated 19-year-old against Quincy Lavallais.
Yeah, Zayas is not going to make any mistakes that Lavallais can take advantage of. Lavallais has to create the opening, and that means he's going to have to take some risk. And that doesn't look like it's his temperament. He likes to lay back and counter. But if he's going to put himself in a position to try to land a shot, he's got to try to open up. He may get hit, but he's got to fight fire with fire in hopes that that will create an opening for him to take advantage of.
Yeah, I want you guys to check out the skills of this young 19-year-old Xander Zayas. Check this out. He starts with the jab, pays attention to defense afterwards. You see that little right hand down to the body? Beautiful sequence, punching in between after starting the action, playing defense, and then finishing the action. Beautiful skill by the young gun.
It's good work right here from Xander Zayas. He rips those body shots without falling in. That's not easy to do. You have veterans that fall in with their body work, smother their work, and they're not as efficient, and they don't keep the leverage with the body shot. But Zayas has found that sweet spot where he can get the body shot off, get maximum power, but be out of range for the counter.
There's that right uppercut coming off the jab, and then a short right hand upstairs. Bernardo, what are they saying in the corner of Quincy Lavallais?
Felix Malespin is saying that he feels that this is a moment that Lavallais has to pick it up, because they saw how many punches Xander threw in the last round, but he's got to get off the ropes. He's got to counter him and leave space to land that left hook.
And Tess, that's exactly what we've been saying. Lavallais has to silence that voice in his head that's trying to convince him that a win is going the distance. He's got to take the risk to try to have a huge upset tonight against the young fighter Xander Zayas. Is it easy? No. But that's what you're here for. You signed up for this, so he's got to press forward.
Yeah, well, then don't put the earmuffs on and sit in the corner, right? Got to get out to the center of the ring. Got to go forward.
You know, Lavallais, he remind me of the car wash guy that don't like to get wet. What the heck you doing fighting if you don't want to fight? What the heck you doing at the car wash working if you don't want to get wet? Throw those hands, man. Throw those hands.
10 seconds.
Talking all that stuff in the fighter means that he's going to win this fight, but he's not letting his hands go.
Just ate another right hand upstairs. I don't know whether he views it as a wake-up call or alarm bell going off or what it is, but this is a guy who started his career in a way that got so much attention, so much mainstream attention, 16 straight first-round knockouts. But does it serve you well long-term? Tonight, we write the next chapter for Edgar Berlanga. He goes up against Steve Rolls. That's coming up in moments. Round 5 scheduled for 8. With Xander Zayas in control against Quincy Lavallais. 116 out of 279 punches landed to this point. Doubling up that left-hand jab and then the uppercut. Now he touches the body with a straight right hand.
test. Those shots are placed.
They really are.
Hard. They're placed.
Yep, that left hand right under the right elbow especially, just taking that slight little dip to the left.
Slight little dip to the left, and I like the fact that he's hitting high and then going down low, bringing those hands up, creating that opening.
There he goes again. Three-punch combination that finishes with the left hand to that right flank. And now Lavallais tries to dig in himself. Xander meets him underneath.
Beautiful work on the inside. Getting his head on the outside of the shoulders, wide base, staying relaxed in the inside, which is very important.
Lavallais will land occasionally to the body. It's just few and far in between.
Work your arms free. Work out that. Pull that arm out.
See, that's what I want to see from Xander. I want to see him step inside the pocket. I know he knows how to operate at mid-range and outside, but step inside that pocket and take the fight. Dog walk. Lavallais.
Let go of that arm. Work your hands free. Stop, 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 stop. Easy. Watch your heads, okay? Watch it, all right? Yeah. All right, let's go. Box.
See Xander taking a walk around the park, getting a breather, and showing Lavallais a different look, allowing him to come forward, eyeing and watching what Lavallais is going to do, and now he's turning the tide, and he's got Lavallais with his back to the rope. Good body shot right there.
Snuck it right in the right arm, Dre.
It's a lot for Lavallais to deal with because one minute he thinks he can come forward, and the next minute he's getting hit with that kind of body shot once again.
Well, in that fifth round, Zayas landed 10 body shots among his 32 connects.
Yeah, you're wondering why Lavallais is sitting in the corner now and not moving his legs. Well, look at these body shots that are landing from Xander Zayas. Coming around the elbow right there. Again, being relaxed in the inside, coming around the elbow, landing it right on the flank. Beautiful shots right there by Xander Zayas.
Round 6 scheduled for 8. The young rising star, Xander Zayas. He has dominated from the start against Quincy Lavallais, veteran 28-year-old who has never been knocked down.
Wonder if Xander Zayas is going to be tempted to step things up in these next 3 rounds to try to wow this crowd and go out with a bang.
Lavallais is very slippery inside the ring. I know
that was a good right hand.
Ooh.
Good right hand, then wraps around the left hand, places another headshot. How Lavallais has been standing up to some of these shots is unbelievable as Zayas is hitting flush.
He's tough and he's crafty.
Another right hand reigns in.
You said it right, Drake. Crafty. He knows how to hide inside the ring.
Halfway through round 6, and he's already landed 23 power punches. Short right hand with a little bit of separation.
Xander lands one of those shots, be it a left or a right hand, in that right spot. It's going to be trouble for Lavallais because even though he's taking the shots, he's chipping away. Xander Zayas is chipping away at the old steel, and you can only take so much before something gives.
This is a lot of punishment, Dre, a lot of punishment. Tough guy, never been knocked down, never been stopped, but look at this. Bent over and absorbing headshots. Straight right hand comes in.
Here come the dog walk. Here he comes. Xander Zayas trying to step it up right now, stepping on the gas pedal, trying to beat the fight out of Lavallais.
Lavallais is not only hurt, but he's weak. You can get inside. You feel the opponent's body. His strength is not what it was in the early part of the round. That should excite you as a fighter, and that's why you're seeing Xander Zayas press forward.
I just truly admire the punch selection by Xander Zayas. You know, changing up the cadence, the speed of the punches, and going to the head and also to the body. Not staying with the same combination over and over and over.
They were so wowed by that second round by Zayas. He landed 47 power punches then. He just landed 43 in that sixth round, Timmy. Take us back.
Getting tactical. It's the how, the why, and the when you do things. That's what's important. You know, everything has a purpose. Look at this young man right here. Look at the placement with these punches. The right hand, he sees the left hook. And you see Lavallais. You see the craftiness with Lavallais. He's rolling with a lot of these shots. He's making these shots are grazing them on the side of his head. Some are hitting him hard, down to the body, into the head as well. But he's taking them well, and he's still in this fight right now.
Ringside physicians, as they should be, taking a look at Lavallais. He has absorbed a lot. 192 total punches have landed on him. 154 are power punches. And Zayas just goes straight across the ring and meets him in that neutral corner.
As he should.
Lavallais says he was going to wear him down and take him out by round 7. I don't really think that's going to happen, fellas. But we're here to see Xander Zayas put on a show, and I want to acknowledge Lavallais' chin.
And Mark, if he doesn't start showing his trainer, Felix Malespia, something, he may be the one going out in round 7 because Malespia said he's not hurt, but I don't want to see him take that many shots, and I will call a fight if he doesn't show me something.
Yeah, these are the kind of nights that are actually more concerning. 3 consecutive left hands of just a guy who's too crafty and too tough and keeps absorbing. These are the kind of nights that are more concerning.
Yes, Lavallais made up his mind before he got here.
Whoa. Did you see what he just did with the right hand as they were locked up with the head of Zayas underneath?
Another
Pernell Whitaker. He tried to go around. Watch what he does when his head is locked up.
Oh, little love tap. That's a little love tap. But Lavallais made up his mind, fellas, before he got here. He wasn't going to go easy. So the referee and the trainer, they do need to keep a close eye on him because you're right. The accumulative effect of the punches are really what can get you. It's not just the one knockout blow. That's actually safer than you taking 50 shots to the head. So they got to keep a close eye and respect to Lavallais because he's not winning this fight, but he certainly hasn't given up.
Hey, this is the longest that Xander Zayas has ever done it, but been in his career so far. And he still looks pretty fresh to me. Now he's using angles.
And there's an angle as he went off to the left and came back with the right hand.
Ooh, Xander showing Lavallais a different look. When you've done the same thing round in and round out, even though you're successful, even though it's effective, but it's not getting the desired result, you got to change it up, and that's what you see Xander Zayas doing right now.
Work your hands free. No holding. Pull that arm out. Let go of the ropes. Pull that arm out.
If you haven't noticed, Xander Zayas using that lead hand quite often.
10 seconds.
Got to understand that he's a lefty, another lefty that's converted into an orthodox stance.
Eighth and final round between these two. Xander Zayas, we watched that great run he had last year, fought 6 times last year. So active, was sensational. And he had that brilliant blue-dyed hair, the braids, the longer hair, and now you see the short haircut.
Don't wrap him up.
And he said he's doing that to honor Jesselyn Silva from New Jersey, who he calls one of his sisters in boxing, who's going through a cancer battle. He said he wanted to do it for her. They have a great bond. She was a little down. She had to cut her hair, and he said she had beautiful long hair and was going through what she was going. So he cut his hair
Work your hands free.
for Jesselyn. And that is his fresh start to 2022.
Ooh. Nice shot. Left uppercut right up the middle.
what Lavallais should have been doing throughout this whole fight. Being willing to get hit, but trying to counter and making the young fighter Zayas pay every time he hits him. But the firepower is often more than what it looks like from the outside, and it was too much for Lavallais to take that kind of risk early and midway through this fight.
Right uppercut was able to split the guard from Zayas. Now on the inside, Lavallais trying to find his own.
But Lavallais is not a bad fighter. He can fight. He's just being outclassed, outmanned, and outskilled by Xander Zayas tonight.
It was right on the belt.
Just put it this way. Lavallais, if he's giving us this much effort in this last round, he could have done that 3-4 rounds ago. You know, he had to make up his mind 3 or 4 rounds ago. Getting in the inside, getting in the chest of this young man and pushing him back.
He can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, it's funny how guys make those decisions when it's the final round, isn't it?
Look, man, we don't all have equal opportunities. You got to understand that. Some may get more opportunities than others, but the thing is it doesn't matter how many. It's about when you do have the opportunity, what are you going to do? And I'm talking about Lavallais. He's not doing what he set out and said he was going to do.
Shu shining downstairs and then pressing it upstairs, and now opening up with right hands and willing to trade with Zayas in the middle of the ring.
Quincy Lavallais is tough, fellas.
He is tough, and he can take, but this guy can give. Xander Zayas is willing to give him.
Let him up clean. Box.
That body shot hurt him right there. It was right in the solar plex, left hand.
2-punch combination again. Lavallais is tough, but he has taken some punishment tonight. Final punch stats are going to be off the charts for an 8-round effort from Xander Zayas. Right to the bell.
Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds here inside the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Ron McNair scores the bout 80-71. Robert Perez and Robin Taylor both score the bout 80-72. For your winner by unanimous decision, Xander Zayas.
Steady work from Xander Zayas, well earned, and outclassing Lavallais.
Here with Xander Zayas, the fans came out in force.